And we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. You are watching Good Morning from the Office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Welcome. You can contact the show 706-889-9700, chief at FetcherNews.com. There's all the social media ways you can follow the show. Gonna party like it's 1999. If you kids out there, you don't understand that. We kept waiting for 1999. We just kept partying and partying, wondering when will 1999 ever get here. Damn, it's just a bad... There's songs in your life that think, I don't know, if you hear I'm going to party like it's 1999, man, woo, it's 2018. So the Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, has tweeted out 4 minutes ago, fresh off the Twitter deck, the left has become totally unhinged. Unhinged. They no longer care what is right for our country. Bottom line, they do not care. Totally, completely, thoroughly unhinged. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, that being said, Giuliani, listen, I don't want to take my time with Giuliani, okay? Giuliani can't say no one colluded, only that Trump didn't. So Giuliani goes on with Cuomo on CNN, and, I always think they just put Giuliani out there from time to time to throw a couple darts on the wall because it has spun the media's head off, okay? So nothing legally happens. That's what's amazing here, okay? Is it's not like something legal has changed in this whole Russian witch hunt, okay? But they'll send Giuliani out from time to time to spin the media top. And this morning at 6 a.m., Giuliani headline MSNBC with Morning Joe and Minka. He was the big talk, and CNN was the big talk. And he's all over the paper and everything. New York Times and Washington Post, there's articles everywhere. Giuliani can't say no one colluded, only that Trump didn't. That does not change legally anything of what Mueller will get, and will report. Giuliani, his job every once in a while is to just go out, mess with the head of the media, throw out a little something, and then come back and retrieve it and then go on some morning shows 4 or 5 days later and say, you took me out of context. It wasn't what I meant, whatever. So I don't put anything into every time when Giuliani pops up. Giuliani disappears for 2 weeks. You think it's a coincidence? And then all of a sudden he does, 4 days in a row, a media cycle. And then there's no need for Giuliani. You don't hear, like, where's Rudy? So it's irrelevant to me. I don't want to hear anything about Rudy Giuliani. That is just something that they just keep spinning the head of the media when they want to mess with them. All right? There's an enormous amount of information about, we'll go into this in a minute, the dossier. I had some information up earlier. I haven't lost it yet. Dossier shocker, top DOJ official sounded alarm, warned of Clinton connection and possible bias. So the DOJ, Bruce Orr, okay, there's a big story out where Bruce Orr, the Justice Department, was fully aware that the notorious Steele dossier was connected to Hillary Clinton and might be biased, a crucial detail which was omitted just weeks later from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, sorry about that, the FISA warrant. It was just weeks later, okay? It was omitted. It was not put in. used to spy on Trump's campaign. Now, this is coming out this morning. It's everywhere. It came out yesterday, late last night, everywhere. From the Hill, Bruce Orr, according to Solomon sources, which has proven impeccable, the former number 4 Department of Justice official Bruce Orr, who had extensive connection with Steele, briefed both senior FBI and Department of Justice officials in the summer of 2016 about Christopher Steele's Russian dossier, explicitly cautioning that the British intelligence operative work was opposition research connected to Hillary Clinton's campaign and might be biased. This is bombshell stuff. Now, you get up and CNN and MSNBC start talking about bombshells, and you get up in there doing hours and hours of these poor people that are being hurt and suffering from a government shutdown. There are things going on that I think will break. I hope are breaking soon. I really do. I hope some things are getting ready to break real soon. But here's what I wanted to talk about, because this is what I think. And I want to make this little statement, and I actually want this labeled something in the reference of my opinion on Syria and the ISIS attack. Okay. Now, give me number 19. So I think you know by now, if you watch a show, I like to go at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and 6 in the morning. 3 top hours. And I like to see what the networks are going to run. Okay? And I look generally at Fox, MSNBC, and CNN. And I was disgusted by the appearance of how much, and I know how this is my opinion. This is just my opinion, that how I was disgusted by the appearance of how it looked at CNN. And if you'll look at this, the timestamp is 5 a.m., okay? 4 Americans dead in Syria, ISIS attack, okay? Now, I could sit down and I could go through a year and show you an attack anywhere, different kinds of things that have taken place that don't make CNN at all, MSNBC at all, okay? But they made sure this was 5 a.m. These are the things that confirm the deep state. Now, the military, the men and women that sign up, if you're sitting somewhere at home, and we just had a young man that was returned his body to Murphy, North Carolina. So when that young man went in Murphy, North Carolina, and met with his recruiter there, okay, he was not discussing the deep state. He was not discussing the military in any way. He wanted to join the Marines, okay? So these people do not know the inner workings of the deep state when they enter the military. But I want to say this, okay? I want to say this. Hold on just a second. Take a brief break. Just a brief. I apologize for that. I had to check into something. Go back to that same picture. Please forgive me on there. I had to check on something before I went any further. But the point I'm getting to is the military is used all over the world when you get up to the Pentagon level and all over the world, NATO, everywhere across the world, the military is used for profit. I know you're not going to like anything I say on this. And when the President of the United States, okay, the President of the United States said he was going to pull out of Syria, you want me to believe, now I'm just saying, you do your own belief here, but when the President of the United States came up and said, you know, for Christmas, a month ago, he was going to bring the troops home from Syria, okay? That he was going to bring the troops home from Syria, and ISIS, we had basically ended ISIS. It was over. That a month later, ISIS attacked, and 4 Americans are dead in Syria. Huh. I'd say you got to do a double take on that, folks. And then on top of that, CNN, okay, and let me get one here. Number 27. Okay. Top of the hour. 4 Americans dead in Syria ISIS attack. Okay. And I thought I had some MSNBC. Let me go back and see if I got anything there. I thought I had something from them on that. Hold on just a minute. Number 4, MSNBC at 4 a.m. this morning, actually 6 a.m., okay? 6 a.m. in the morning. First thing, just like CNN, you've seen the timestamp. Just hours after ISIS claims responsibility for Syria deadly attack, Vice President Pence says ISIS has been defeated. They seem to be, this morning as I was watching their shows, to me, too happy to bring that news. Too gleeful to try to show the president was wrong in foreign policy. Too gleeful. Now, you got to, I just want you to think, all right? This is one of these things that I'm not telling you what to think. I promise. Let me just get this clear. I just want you to think, okay? President Donald J. Trump comes out and says, I'm going to bring our 2,000 troops home from ISIS, okay, out from Syria. Okay, I'm going to bring them home. Immediately, senators and Pentagon officials and people start rushing into the White House. Because what do they have? They have military contractors, these lobbyists that don't care if you're kids. Lobbyists and corrupt mega billion-dollar, trillion-dollar families around the world, okay? I guess, I don't know. Let's just say Rothschild for the hell of it, because every once in a while you just got to throw the damn name in to say it. But you got these lobbyists, these military contractors. This is money. We've created this behemoth. The caring about our men and women in uniform by some of these groups, no, it's not there. But the President of the United States says, I'm going to bring them home. They can work TSA. They can work our border. We pretty much defeated ISIS. That's the way he felt. No, they rushed right in. Mr. President, no, you can't do that. And then on top of that, Mattis leaves, Kelly leaves. Now, they say Kelly was planning to leave anyway, but then Mattis got mad and left, right? And you want to tell me a month later? You want to tell me, right? You want to tell me that then ISIS kills 4 Americans in Syria? I'm telling you, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, okay? I think the deep state is that corrupt. I think they're that dangerous, that evil. They do not want, you have a president of the United States that does not see a reason why all of our kids are all over the world, and why we are the world's watchdog, doing things for everybody and everything and at our expense. We can't secure our southern border. Let me tell you something about Donald J. Trump. I don't care what they tell you about this man. When a family comes in and they lost their child to an illegal in this country that should have never been here, and Donald Trump looks into the eyes of a mother that's crying, to him it's real. And to him, nothing should come across this border. When Donald Trump goes to West Virginia, he's in there 10 times, and someone stops him in one of those lines and says, "Mr. President, I lost my daughter last year to, drug overdose. Please stop it." Mr. President doesn't want it coming across that border. You have not, I'm not going to judge anybody in the past. I don't believe they ever cared about your kids and drugs. I think for the first time in my lifetime, you've got a true president of the United States. This man does not drink. This man does not do drugs. This man does not do any drugs. He hates drugs. He has seen what drugs has done to our kids. Okay? Let me tell you something. I know I keep saying, let me tell you something. You know what? I'm starting to get, I knew I was going to get frosty on this one. Bill Clinton, rape. Oh, hell yeah. Rape. Whatever the hell them Clintons have done, right? And we had to tell the American people he smoked marijuana, but he didn't inhale. Like the Kennedys didn't drink like a fish. I think one was drinking so much one night they went off of the bridge. Right? Bill told us he didn't inhale, but he smoked marijuana. And then we know George W., we heard that, we heard stories. We just saying George, a little cocaine, little tootsarootski every once in a while. We just heard that. This guy, you have the first president, to me, in my lifetime, that absolutely does not want to see drugs come across that border, does not want to see somebody come across that border and kill your kids, and truly wants to stop it. Because he can't get the Democrats to go along with putting up a border security and then putting the sonar or whatever it is to where we can look for these tunnels and put a stop to it. No. But we're okay with sending them kids all the way around the world and spending trillions of dollars defending other borders, other countries, and then we got a coincidence that ISIS kills 4 Americans when Donald Trump wants to bring our troops home from ISIS? Oh, you trust too many. You trust too many of our intelligence agencies. Let me tell you, I'm not going to go down no rabbit trail, but you don't do enough looking into the CIA and the FBI and the DOJ and the military and the Pentagon, and you don't do enough in looking at other countries. War's big money, folks, and they don't want to bring our kids home. I'm going to take a break because I got to wrap up. I got to do one more segment. I didn't want to get on the Syria issue. Take us to break.